I don't want anybody to be telling women anything. I don't want men to be telling me what to wear, how to act, not to drink.
BBC report this morning says millions of American women are binge drinking, putting their health and even their lives at risk. The study reveals that nearly 14 million women binge drink about 3 times a month, having an average of 6 alcoholic beverages at one sitting. Dr. Janet Taylor is a psychiatrist who treats addiction, and she joins us at the table. Hello, Dr. Taylor.
Good morning.
So first, let's break it down. What exactly is binge drinking, and does that make you an alcoholic?
Well, binge drinking is for women, when you consume more than 4 drinks in 2 hours, and it does not make you an alcoholic, although certainly it indicates that you may have problematic drinking.
Mm-hmm. Why are women binge drinking at such high numbers?
Well, there are a couple of reasons. I mean, binge drinking, between the ages of 18 to 22, people report they binge drink because they're bored. So certainly women would fall in that category. From 22 to 30, because they're trying to escape something, maybe from work. So certainly more women in the workplace, people feel pressure. They come on the weekends usually and, throw back 4 drinks in 2 hours and take the stress off. And certainly we want to close a gender gap, but not by these troubling numbers of more women drinking alcohol.
But, I feel that I have heard this story for many years about women drinking excessively. What makes this different now?
Well, what makes it different now is that we know that when women drink and do binge drinking or have chronic alcohol or alcoholics, it does more damage to our bodies than men. For example, we have it increases the risk of breast cancer, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, dementia, so brain disorders. So we are really doing tremendous damage, even though we can consume less alcohol and do more damage. Some studies even suggest that women alcoholics die at higher rates than male alcoholics. So people really need to understand what's happening.
I also thought it was interesting the report says that more white and Hispanic women with incomes over $75,000 are binge drinking. Why is that?
Well, whites typically begin drinking earlier, and because they begin drinking at earlier ages, they're younger, maybe early teens, they are more likely to go into either binge drinking or chronic alcoholism. So that's where it puts the risk. Hispanics, it's thought, because of acculturation and trying to fit in, are drinking. And the 75,000, I mean, if you think about it, if you have an income where maybe you can sit at home and work or go out on the weekends, you're still stressed, and so it still follows that you're trying to escape something.
And you have a problem when?
Well, you have a problem when risky drinking, and I have a lot of friends who may say this, I might qualify as this, but if you drink more than 7 drinks a week or 3 in a day or are binge drinking, then that's risky drinking. So certainly you need to do an assessment and look at how much you're drinking. But if you find that you're drinking to escape, you find that you can't stop, that you go into withdrawal or tolerance, or you avoid your usual activities, you're not going to work, relationships are suffering, you may have a problem, and you need to talk to your healthcare provider.
Dr. Taylor, great to see.
Work. So certainly more women in the workplace, people feel pressure. They come on the weekends usually and, throw back 4 drinks in 2 hours and take the stress off. And certainly we want to close a gender gap, but not by these troubling numbers of more women drinking alcohol. It does more damage to our bodies than men. For example, we have it increases the risk of breast cancer, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, dementia, so brain disorders. So we are really doing tremendous damage, even though we can consume less alcohol and do more damage.
I don't want anybody to be telling women anything. I don't want men to be telling me what to wear, how to act, not to drink. I don't want anybody to be telling women anything. I don't want men to be telling me what to wear, how to act, not to drink.
Can have serious health consequences, including breast cancer, heart disease, sexually transmitted diseases, and unintended pregnancy.
BBC this week showing an increase in the number of American women who binge drink. The number is now 1 in 8 women. So we wondered, why the increase? And we want to show you some photos designed to give a warning about how this health problem can also change the way you look. ABC's Sharon Alfonsi.
Holly used to be one of them. As a teenager, she admits she used to go on wild drinking binges with her friends.
Disgusting. And you're encouraging each other. You're sitting there going, it's okay, just do it, just fast, just here, and telling each other tips on how to drink it faster so you don't taste it.
Holly's exploits among those featured in the documentary faded. The CDC says 14 million women in the U.S. binge drink 3 times a month, drinking about 6 drinks each time. And the problem's worse overseas. The Scottish government is attacking their growing female drinking problem with an app, offering this glimpse to women of what they'll look like if they keep drinking regularly. Take your picture, say how much you drink, and then see the results over years. Baggy eyes, dry, dull skin, red spots, and weight gain. And that's just the side effects you see. So why are more young women drinking here at home?
For some people, they use it as a stress reliever because it is like self-medicating.
Some researchers place at least part of the blame on alcohol companies who market to women. This ad encouraging women to sneak whiskey into the Christmas cookies. This one for tequila.
I'll come to the rescue.
Then there's the entire host of new lighter products like Alco Pops, fruity, bubbly, bright-colored drinks known on some college campuses as chick beer.
These are not alcoholic beverages that any guy would ever want to be seen drinking. They're clearly oriented to women.
The alcoholic beverage industry disputes that. They say they market responsibly and point out the teenage drinking's at an all-time low, and there's no evidence that specific products play any role in binge drinking. Still, researchers say for whatever the reason, teenage girls are now more likely to choose hard alcohol than beer. A sobering reality. Sharon Alfonsi, ABC News.
Among women and girls. 3 on Your Side health reporter Stephanie Stahl has more on this new study from federal health officials.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says binge drinking is not often recognized as a woman's health problem. But check out some of these findings. 14 million U.S. women binge drink. The report says it happens about 3 times a month. And on average, a woman drinks about 6 drinks per binge.
A lot of our patients are drinking a lot more than you would expect.
Monica Duvall, a family medicine physician at Rittenhouse Women's Wellness Center, isn't surprised by the new CDC report that shows young women often drink too much.
It's just something they do at the end of the day with their friends, and nobody wants to think that, you're young, you're healthy. You don't want to think that this is a problem, or you don't want to have to think about the implications for your health, and I don't think many people do.
The new report shows 1 in 8 women and 1 in 5 high school students binge drink. Doctors say drinking too much alcohol can have a variety of serious consequences.
We know that there's a link with breast cancer, there's links to heart disease, there's links to liver problems. A lot of people are on medications now that interfere with drinking, and that's something that doesn't even occur to people.
And drinking too much alcohol can also result, they say, in unintended pregnancies, violence, and car accidents. The report shows binge drinking causes about 23,000 deaths among women and girls in the United States every year. We have the complete report for you at cbsphilly.com. Click on it.
1-year-old college student in Los Angeles. She moved out of her apartment 4 days ago because her roommates were binge drinking 4 times a week.
There was people in my bedroom throwing up all night, keeping the lights on, going in and out, yelling, screaming.
You're trying to sleep and 2 people are in the same room vomiting?
Yeah.
From alcohol?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The CDC report says most female binge drinkers are 18 to 34 years old. On average, they have 6 drinks in one sitting about 3 times a month.
I don't look at it as I'm drinking more and more alcohol and getting myself more drunk. It's like, I just want to take more shots with my friends. It's a social interaction.
Binge drinking has been largely considered a problem for men.
I'd say binge drinking's more the norm than it is rarity.
But a new documentary about women in binge drinking has exposed why some women binge: peer pressure, stress relief, and escapism. Lena Licaro has covered nightlife in Los Angeles for 20 years.
I've definitely seen girls being carried out of bathrooms, passed out. That's concerning, but usually it's a younger, club goer that's doing that.
She says sweeter drinks and club culture are fueling the female binge.
How do the women compare to the guys in terms of the excess drinking?
I think girls can keep up with guys in that regard, whether it be beer, shots, cocktails, the bottle service trend, which basically you buy an entire bottle, and to get your money's worth, you're gonna finish that bottle.
But finishing that bottle,
where'd you get the vodka tonight?
May not be worth the cost. Ben Tracy, CBS.